Howdy folks. Today I'm getting ready to cut fabric for a Quilts of Valor quilt that I thought I'd take you along on. So I'll be showing you the different fabrics I'm cutting, and for the most part I'm going to be using my Stripology ruler. Most of these are going to be 2.5-inch wide cuts, and I'll determine the length after I cut the strips. So let's take you down and to my cutting table and let's get started. So the first fabric I'm going to cut today is some that I got from Donnell at Donnell Stitchery. It's cut-offs from one of her projects. And this is a directional fabric, so I'm going to be cutting my strips with what would have been with the fabric if I had the whole width here. And because I want them to be accurate, I'm only going to cut one layer at a time. First thing I've got to do is get this squared up because the fabric is not laying straight on the grain, and the way I'm doing this is I'm lining up the 0 mark at the bottom of each tire, and that'll get me straight. Okay, what did I do with my rotary cutter? If I was a rotary cutter, where would I be? Well, there's that one. That's not my favorite one, but it'll do in a pinch. At least it's got a sharp blade in it. Okay, on the Stripology rulers, I don't know if you can see here, but the 2.5 mark, each increment has a square. So I don't even have to think about it. I just look at the squares and cut. That's one of the reasons I love this ruler. No brainer. ruler wasn't quite long enough to get a full cut, so that's why I'm having to do this. The next ones I will cut the selvage off, and that'll take care of that problem. Okay. It's midnight, the witching hour. I still didn't get it. These all measure about 14 inches, and none of my pieces are over 14 inches, so it's perfect. I get a lot of scraps donated, and I buy people's destashed scraps if I can get them at a good price. I don't get paid for any of these quilts. I donate them, so I can't afford to put a whole lot of money into what I'm doing here. And if any of y'all have scraps you'd like to donate to a good cause, shoot me an email and I'll get back with you with my address, and I accept anything larger than 1 inch. Okay, 2.5, 5, 11.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5, and 20. These are some that I starched in the last video that I did in preparation for this quilt. So as soon as I get all of the cutting done, I'll be ready to start sewing. So that'll be the next video after this one. And if you would like to sew along, this is, I believe, a four color quilt. So if you wanted to start cutting up some 2.5 inch strips, none of them will be over 8 inches at the very most. Most of them are 6.5. The name of the pattern, it's my own pattern, and I'm going to share it with you as I work on it. And it's called Steps to Freedom. And it's one of my it looks like stair steps. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and I've been asked to write a pattern book of Quilts of Valor patterns, and so this will be one of the patterns that's in the book. So I'm testing it as I work on it with y'all. Okay, that little scrap I can probably do something with at some point. I'll put it in my spectacle of scraps basket. Okay, that was the first one. Okay, and this is my main red fabric. This I bought from softsquares.com, and I just checked today and they still have it. And it's got barns with little barn quilts and fireworks, old truck. So, and it's made by Riley Blake. It's called Sweet Freedom by Beverly McCullough. And the pattern number is S as in Sam, C as in cat, 14411. I always fold my fabric in half because this ruler isn't wide enough for straight of grain. I mean for width of fabric. So this is the way I do it, and so far it's been working for me. What is going on? Okay. Okay, I have a miscut here. This one's too narrow and this one's too wide. We'll put this in our scraps. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't like that rotary cutter. It's got a new blade in it, so I know that's not the problem. It's probably user error. But it felt like it was. Part of the thing is I cut a lot of 2.5-inch strips, and my mat is worn out. It's a double-sided mat, so I probably need to turn it over. Okay, let's trim this one down. Yep, it was 1/2 inch too big. I don't know. Okay, that was a yard. And I'm guessing the blue is going to be somewhere around a yard, maybe a yard and a half. It's hard for me to figure yardage because I use scraps most of the time. So I use a fabric, excuse me, fabric calculator, and those things aren't always accurate. Again, probably user error. Okay. I'm going to show you the rest of my fabric, but I'm not going to bore you. You know how to cut fabric. I've got Statue of Liberty. There's 2 fat quarters of that. There's a fat quarter of this one. This is a partial fat quarter. And these are all donated fabrics. This is a fat quarter. Fat quarter. I think these all came in a fat quarter bundle. This is just a scrap. I wished I had a lot of that. I like this one. And this is a scrap. This is a part of a fat quarter. Has a little square cut out of it. This has got the national anthem. That's the words that's on it. And then this is remainder of 5 yards that I used for a backing on another quilt. And then this is a part of a fat quarter. So I'm going to be cutting all of this up into 2.5 inch strips. I won this fat quarter on Leanna's channel, the Pastry Queen. And this is a part of that same fat quarter bundle. And I have a whole bunch of this, and I was making Christmas quilts with it, but I'm going to use it on this too. It's geometric stars, so that'll be most of my white. I was going to use up some of these smaller scraps, but I changed my mind because I've already got a whole bunch of 2.5 inch strips of this cut from another project that I didn't use them all. So I'm going to get off here and get busy cutting, and next time I come on we'll do some sewing. I'm going to have to, I've got my pattern written out but I'm going to have to do some figuring on exactly what I need to do as far as um, how many of what size strips. Like I said, most of them are going to be 6.5 inch, but there's some 2.5 inch, and there's some 4.5 inch. So we'll just have to see. So I'll see you next time I see you. I'm going to hit the hay. So be blessed, less stressed, and pet some fabric today. Yes, it's today. It's 12:30, so I'm fixing to hit the hay. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. I can get my mouse to work.